So let's start with the executive order itself. It's technically called Executive Order 14399, signed by Trump on March 31st of this year. It's titled Ensuring Citizenship Verification and Integrity in Federal Elections. And the order does three things. First, it directs the Department of Homeland Security in coordination with the Social Security Administration to compile a state citizenship list for each state, a verified roster of confirmed U.S. citizens over 18 who are eligible to vote in federal elections, drawn from federal citizenship and naturalization records. Second, it directs the U.S. Postal Service to initiate rulemaking to impose stricter controls on mail-in voting, specifically requiring that mail-in and absentee ballots be delivered only to voters enrolled with the United States Postal Service for that purpose, and only to voters appearing on each state's approved citizenship list. And then, third, it includes correction procedures requiring that individuals be able to access, update, and correct their information if they believe they've been erroneously excluded. Now, of course, the Democrats have been appealing this. They started appealing this before the ink even dried on Trump's signature. And they've basically been arguing, and I kid you not, that the federal government has no jurisdiction over the mail-in ballot policies of the states. Now, keep in mind, it was just a few years ago that Nancy Pelosi, as Speaker of the House back then, was trying to do precisely that, to mandate mail-in ballot access for every single person in the country. Thankfully, it went nowhere. But the problem with that view, as the Trump administration's lawyers have been arguing, is that mail-in ballots require use of the Federal Postal Service. Mail-in ballots require use of the Federal Postal Service. And it's the federal government that has both the authority and the responsibility to regulate how that federal postal system is used in the conduct of federal elections. So that's what's so key here. Mail-in ballots depend on the use of a federal agency, the U.S. Postal Service, and it is the federal government that has every right to regulate that process. So this is not some radical legal theory. It's a straightforward application of federal authority over federal infrastructure. Well, as of today, a federal judge agreed. U.S. District Judge Carl Nichols, a Trump appointee, refused to grant the preliminary injunction that a number of Democrat operatives had jointly demanded. And his reasoning was legally precise and politically devastating for the plaintiffs. In fact, you're not going to believe this. He specifically rejected as, quote, speculative, the Democrats' argument that citizenship lists would exclude Democrat voters. They literally admitted it in court. Citizenship lists would inaccurately exclude Democrat voters. The Democrats actually argued that a citizenship list would exclude Democrat voters. You just have to let that hit you. They are openly admitting that they depend on voters who are not listed among registered citizens in a confirmed citizen database. And the judge was like, well, sucks to be you.